Welcome to the Ribeye Radio Show, the official show of the Steak Cookoff Association. Now, sit back, grab a cold one, and let's see what's cooking.
It's been a long time, but we're back
in the beautiful El Dorado Casino and Resort. Our first event of 2018. Wow, it's been a while.
Felt like we were in Shreveport a lot last year.
We were.
Had numerous events here. It's almost second home now.
I think I could get here with both eyes closed.
You did.
I'm glad we're here safe.
Yes. It is first one of the year.
It has. It's been a long time since we've done a show. Gosh, since like October.
Possum Kingdom, December. It just seems like
that one was a little fuzzy.
I think it's because you haven't got over the hangover yet.
It took a while.
That was a great event.
Man, I'm excited to get started this year. We got lots of new events and new countries and new people. It's really going to be exciting.
It's going to be a great year. There's all sorts of stuff happening. A lot of things that we want to talk about, can't talk about. A lot of things going on. It's going to be a great season.
I hate that when you say, "Oh, we got a big announcement." I know. I don't even know what they are.
Yes. It's all right. There's been a lot of little things we can talk about.
Yes. Lead the way.
Website. The website's kind of all new and updated. And
it's more user-friendly, I think. It's easier to find things, categories where the judges. A lot of people were confused by the triple bar. They couldn't find those things. So I think it's a lot easier to find things and navigate.
Now there's just drop out. If you're a judge, you go to the judges tab and there's a drop down and just click on judging opportunities, sign up for a class. All those things are on the website now, so it makes it a lot easier.
You did a good job with that.
Thank you. Kids registration, that was always an issue. You couldn't figure out how to register the kids.
Yeah, what'd you do different?
We've got a separate page for the kids now. You used to have an email, and how many 7-year-olds have their own email?
Probably most of them, but
most of them. Well, we had parents.
No, that was a joke. Not many did.
We had parents that said,
right. That's why it was a problem.
So
right.
Now the parents can go in, sign up on that. It's a page just for the kids at Cookoff.
Right. So it's under their parents. Parents sign them up,
and then there's a space to type in their kid's name. And they just put their kid's name there. Then we know the name, and they're entered. And since we've done it, it's made it a lot easier.
Yep. And hopefully there's more kids events this year. We're really trying to work with the promoters to include a kids event at most events.
Well, if you get the dad out there, you get the kids out there, mom's out there.
They're there anyhow.
Everybody's out.
Yeah.
Why not enjoy a great day outdoors?
Absolutely.
Just quick reminder, that Amazon tab, I've been wearing that thing out. It's on the front page of our website towards the bottom.
Yep. And if you click on that, it takes you to Amazon, and then you order just like normal. But if you go in through that link, they'll throw a little money to the SCA growth fund.
It's a small amount, but it all adds up.
Sure, we got to pay the rent somehow.
It helped us buy some case of paper.
This is the first year that I have quit my day job too, so we are living on your mercy.
Four legs in this thing now.
Yeah, we are all in. So it's exciting, and we're really looking forward to more events and just a great year.
And this year we've added some new things for the cooks, things that they've asked for. We created a new appetizer challenge. Who's the king or queen of appetizers? We're going to go ahead and track those, as much nightmare as that might end up
causing. Is it just appetizers, or is it any ancillary? Or
it's
what if they do burgers or grilled cheese? Or
it's the ancillary category.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Sorry. It's an ancillary category. If they do hot dogs, that counts.
Okay. So kids, any ancillary. What if they do 2 ancillaries at one event?
They both count towards a point.
Okay. Wow.
And it's the top 3 in points. We're not giving a participation point.
Okay. It'd be too hard to track. Right, because so many people sign up at the last minute to do the appetite or the ancillary. There we go.
Yeah. So anyway, they'll get points. First place will get 3 points. Second gets 2 points, and third gets 1 point.
Okay.
And then we'll just keep track. We're going to have the same spreadsheet just like we do the other, and we'll put out a king or queen of the ancillary deal out
Because
there.
we're recording those winners anyhow, typically, on the results page.
They go on the website, or the results page. And we started it December 8th is when I announced it.
Uh-huh.
So we haven't had any ancillary categories since. So this will actually be the first one. And what are we doing here? What is the ancillary here? Is it?
I have no idea.
I think it's chicken wings.
Yeah.
Is it chicken wings?
It is.
And I have to clarify, because guys up north are saying, well, I'm going to turn in pork wings, big wings.
Am I losing my mind? Or where's chill? Oh, never mind. I've been actually helping book events. And so somebody's going to do a chili ancillary.
Yeah, you've got.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Let's talk about some of the weird ancillaries. We got chili coming up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We're
doing iguana in New Zealand.
Iguana. Golly.
It's going to be crazy down there.
What else do we have? Egg. It's with a Big Green Egg Festival.
Oh, the egg. I was thinking.
Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
The egg, anything with an egg.
Cooked on an egg or cooked with an egg?
No, with anything that has to include an egg in the appetizer.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a new one. Jeremy Holmes, our buddy from Bearden, has went out on a limb and said he's doing pizza. He's went out and got 13-inch pizza boxes. The teams will have to cook a pizza on their grill and turn it in. And I made sure I've got Domino's menu. I'm going to watch these boys because I'll be there.
Are we going to write just rules for each of these crazy, or are we going to kind of have generic, taste, creativity, overall?
Well, basically the rules are based off of two criteria, the same ones we have. And so they'll either fit in category A or B. And basically if it's something of protein like goat or
iguana,
bacon that they're doing in Melbourne, then it'll go appetizer with, and those will be the same rules. You use any protein like that.
Yeah.
And then the other one, salmon could fall in that category.
Because they actually eat kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's kind of like deer here in America. It's like venison. They have a season. It's a large animal that they shoot and, put in the freezer for the winter.
It's like the possum of the outback.
I guess so.
I don't know.
I think on a little bigger scale.
Yeah. All right. WFC?
Yes.
We
had fun. That was Orange Beach, Alabama.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Brad Barrett and his lovely wife Susan hosted us. We stayed at their place and got to see it firsthand. We spent a few days there, and it's certainly an interesting setup.
Good. Yeah.
A lot of people. The OBR guys did a good fundraiser there, and we met a lot of new people.
We visited a couple years ago and didn't have the same experience, and this one was different.
Yeah, I think he's got it figured out.
He's got it dialed in and picked up a couple things like the
new sponsors.
Couple new sponsors we'll hit up here in a second. But I like their VIP tent. Rather than serve food to the public, they had a VIP tent you could get in, and they would serve samples in there. They had a little bar in there. And it may be a way to have the public involved without having the public involved.
Yeah. Well, there was so much food. You hate to waste that kind of food.
Yeah,
so it was a way, because people cooked very big portions for judging, and there was so much food left over.
It was neat. We actually went to support the steak guys.
Yeah, they did well.
I'm telling you.
In the top 10, how many were SCA members?
I believe there was 4 or 5. I know we had Lisa was in there.
Who
Lisa
won,
Whitney.
actually.
She won the steak category.
First place.
$10,000.
Yes, congratulations, Lisa.
Brian Lewis was up there.
Yes.
The Bottom Boys, the Bottomland Boys.
Yep.
They were up there. Who else was in there?
God, it's been so long ago. It's like a mind meltdown. My apologies for whoever we're forgetting.
My apologies, we're missing on it.
We don't have our notes here, but it was a really fun time. So
it was a good time. Our teams really enjoyed it, and
we're excited that a lot of our events are qualifiers for the WFC.
Yeah, I'm excited. Just had a new qualifier for it yesterday in Amsterdam, actually. Mr. Mike Von Rugen?
Yeah.
We'll hatch the name, but
yeah,
he's with Seaside Smokers over there.
That name sounds familiar. He's won before, hasn't he?
He's won before. He's a multiple winner in Europe. And he's one of the guys that's always up there. I think he finished 3rd in the European points last year.
Now we're excited. There's going to be a bigger international presence at the championship coming up in 2018.
Well, We've added new countries.
Japan. That was quite a trip.
Yes. I want to go back to Japan tomorrow.
Friendly, clean.
Man.
It was so much fun. I was a little nervous, to tell you the truth, but
yeah.
The language barrier was very, there, but people were very friendly and helpful, and it's just a beautiful country.
Unbelievable hosts.
So tell me about your dinner last night.
Last night's dinner? It was god awful. We went and ate sushi, and we just sushi ya.
That's like going to Italy.
Diarrhea.
That's like going to Italy and having pizza, and then going to Cece's when you come back.
No doubt, it was horrible.
We're wrecked. We
totally wrecked.
The food, the seafood, the sushi was just incredible. Tamio, our host there, he is president of the Japan Barbecue and Grilling Association. Has some big plans for growing it over there. So
I think we're going to have a second event possibly in April. I'm waiting for the final details on her.
You're coming right up.
That was a great trip, and those guys were just, one of the neatest things. There was a couple of really cool things. All the Webers lined up in a row with the tables in the middle.
Yes,
that was a cool sight.
Weber was a sponsor there, so everyone used a Weber grill provided by Weber, so that was neat.
And the other thing that really stuck out was we just did the cooks meeting, and some of the teams are going to set up, and I caught 5 of the guys, and they were sitting at the table where we did the cooks meeting, and they were watching Malcolm Reed's YouTube video on how to cook a steak.
In English. They didn't speak a lick
No, they
English.
watched every single
thing. They were
Malcolm
watching
did.
and making notes in Japanese, watching an American video. It was really quite humbling,
So if you guys...
they treated us like rock stars. Really, I couldn't imagine a better host.
I mean, maybe they can get some adult-sized slippers next year.
Yeah, when you go inside, you don't wear shoes, so you take your shoes off at the door. It was very interesting.
I've got more grief over that on the video.
Yeah,
with the
walking around in the slippers.
Golly. Oh well, we're learned. Let's see. Where do you want to go?
Where else have we gone?
Well, there's a bunch of stuff in there. We'll hit on a couple. Trailers. It's come up this year. There's a lot of guys that evidently Santa Claus had a hitch on the sleigh this year. A lot of guys got new trailers.
Yeah.
Which is great. They're awesome. Everything's contained. Everything you need is there to go to your event. Just make sure you check the page to see space, because some of these don't have space for them.
Yeah.
Most do.
It's nice setting up where everyone, has their pop-up and their tables and they're together, and, it's a different feel, but some events just don't have enough space to have by the time you have your pop-up, your trailer, your truck, that takes up a lot of space. So some do, some don't. We're glad it sure is easier when you can have all of your tools all in one place, the tables, the tents, and it just makes for an easier life. So
when we competed, I think we were one of the only ones with a trailer, and they were always, they were accommodating.
Yeah.
But if you have questions, call the promoter. Contrary to popular belief, Ken's not the promoter of every event. Although his phone,
I try to run them all, but they don't let me.
His phone blows up with questions like that. But the promoter, actually, that's his decision on that end.
And we're trying to ask that question,
so
that you'll know ahead of time. And even if you do bring it, we can park it, nearby.
Did you hear that?
Good news, Billy Bob's. We're looking for a new home.
That is good news.
So it'll be much easier loading in, loading out, wherever that may be.
That's a fact. We're talking to some really cool places.
Wow.
Haven't nailed it down. We would have, when we started, we've talked about this before. When we started, we didn't think the championship trip said, hey, why don't you have it here? And we're like, great, we got a place. We love downtown Tulsa, which was good for our first championship. We had a great time, and then we had the opportunity to go to Billy Bob's. And
that was a great partnership.
No way.
We really missed them.
That was a great deal. I couldn't believe we outgrew it. I mean, it's just...
maybe, we'll have our welcome party there in the main Billy Bob's one day. Do the cook somewhere else. It was just too tight getting in and out of there.
Yeah.
And our new home will be able to have some space. And load in, load out will not be a
not an issue.
Chinese fire drill.
I like how you cleaned that up. Good job. All right. We did talk about PK Cookoff. PK.
Yeah, they're doing it that first weekend in June again. Riverfest is not going to be going on at the same time, so we'll have the location to ourselves. So we'll have a lot more freedom to do what we want to do. So
and they're not involved. The key word.
Riverfest, right?
Riverfest is not. So
yes,
getting in and getting out is going to be much, much easier. We've been told.
Oh yeah. Well, we're in charge. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah,
we don't have the parking Nazis.
Yes, we'll leave it at that. And then didn't we? What happened in Graham, Texas, at Winter Wonderland? I know it's still.
That's fuzzy. A little fuzzy for me. Yeah.
Remember, there was a little TV pilot.
I got overserved, and I had jet lag. The TV pilot. Yeah. Yes. No, I heard that turned out really well. They're still figuring out where to go with it. The holidays kind of slowed everything down with them, so they were really happy with the footage. So I think, my big concern with that was that it would be intrusive in the event. Kind of awkward, and it really wasn't. I got just as hungover as I possibly could have.
Yeah, I mean, if they show everything that happened, it's going to be a heck of a show.
Yeah, that'll happen. But
should we place a bet whether Daniel Ewer's thong makes it in the show?
It won't.
There's no way. That was funny.
We forgot to add that to the rules list.
No thongs. Yes.
Sweaters and pants.
Yeah, pants are required. All right, so international news. Let's get off of the thong talk.
Yeah, I'm going to New Zealand.
You're going to New Zealand coming up pretty quick?
Well, first we're going to Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
That's exciting.
Yep, 4 hours south of Tucson, Arizona.
Yep,
there's an
across the border. We're going to make a run for the border.
We're going to make a run for the Corona is what we're making.
Actually, it's just going to be a class, our first trip down there, to do a class and kind of teach it's going to be more of a teaching opportunity, but the promoter down there is looking forward to doing a number of events.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an up-and-coming market, and talked about Japan. That should have 5 or 6 this year.
And then New Zealand, Meat Stock. It's the first of their 3-event tour.
Yep, they've got New Zealand in Auckland, got Melbourne.
And then Sydney.
And then Sydney. So there's those 3, and then we've got 3 other events in Australia already, and another one on the hook. So that's 6 events.
Those Aussies are fun.
Oh, they're a blast.
We had a great time with them. They're, going to all the way across, it was 9,038 miles from my house to where I was sitting. And, it's like meeting long-lost relatives. They were just hospitable, fun, just had the time of my life.
So Australia's coming. Japan's happened. Mexico's on the way. There's a couple new countries we're going to be in. Do you remember those?
Scotland. Switzerland.
Switzerland's
Italy.
Switzerland's not happening, but we do have Italy.
Okay.
Which is happening this weekend.
Okay.
Or the 13th. It's coming up. So we've got... Yeah, Italy's coming up. We've got Austria.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of
the other new ones. I think it's fuzzy. I know Harry's really taken off over there.
Yeah.
I think, the European group will probably have at least a dozen.
I think there'd be a dozen to 15 over there.
Yeah, because they're already at it. They just keep popping up.
And Harry's training some new reps over there.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be able to expand, because he's always been northern
right,
Europe.
Just, Belgium, Netherlands, Great Britain.
Yep. So now we're going to go south towards Italy. That will bring France into it. Austria's kind of in the middle down there. So I think it's
crazy?
really going to... I know, it's really going to grow, which leads to the other thing we discussed on the way here.
Yeah, tell me a story, yeah.
So I've had very good questions, and not something we put much time into because I didn't think it would be something to worry about yet, but we have had the question, okay, if I'm from here and I want to compete in Australia, where do my points count?
We kicked that around for quite a while over the last few days, and If you go to Europe and compete in Europe, you're in the Europe's point chase. If you go to Japan, Asia, you're in that zone's point chase. If you go to Australia,
you're in that region.
Because it's too confusing. If somebody from Europe came over here and did a triple header and went back, they would be in an advantage because there's not that many events over in Europe.
They'd be way ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you compete, you get the points in the jurisdiction that you're competing at. So if you want to go over to Europe and do 3 or 4 contests, you could win the Europeans points chase.
Yeah, if you went there. Australia.
Or Australia, yeah.
You had 6 events, you went over there and hit.
I'll be at 3 of them.
Yeah, I'll be at 3 of them. So if you hit those events, but it counts in their points, not here.
Right. I think that's equitable.
I agree.
Because at first we kicked around, well, why wouldn't they just get the points in America? Well, but it has to work both ways.
Yeah, it's got to work both ways on that.
And those areas aren't big enough yet where one team from those countries could come here and take points back with them.
But we will reward those countries, the points champions in those countries, in that region. We'll have an Australia region where they can win the points championship.
Right.
And get their ring. Same thing for Europe.
It was really cool on New Year's. The friends we've made around the world, it's like, wow, it's New Year's Eve in Australia. Then, all of our new Japanese friends were posting food and steaks and, it's, our friends in Japan are, it was like our European friends are now online celebrating New Year's.
It was cool.
It's really amazing. And it's so neat when those teams come here to America and meet everyone else and to connect all of us, around the world. It's really just amazing.
It's made a big, big world pretty small.
Yeah.
Really neat.
Crazy.
So that's international news. Oh, well, we did mention already Mike from Seaside Smokers. They won that event yesterday. And that was a memorial for our buddy Harry's buddy passed away. And so they did that memorial steak cook-off over there. Thanks for doing that, Harry. Sponsors are changing. Got a couple new, got a couple old.
Yes.
Really just trying to lock them down still. That's such a challenge.
Yes, we have not been neglecting you guys. We've been, especially Brett. I had a little facelift.
What? Yeah.
That's a joke. Been busy working with sponsors. We have a new sponsor called Gunter Wilhelm Knives.
And culinary.
And
cutlery.
Cutlery and cookware.
Cookware, yeah.
The German-made, beautiful knives. He sent us some to test over the holidays.
Yeah,
and,
thanks, buddy. I shanked myself so many times. They're sharp.
Man, yeah, you respect those knives, but
they're good.
I had no idea my knives were that dull.
Yeah, I didn't.
I could use them, but the difference was just unbelievable. So I'm really excited to get out there and show everyone these knives, and they're heirloom quality. They're beautiful.
There should be a pass-through on the website soon.
Soon, yep, where they're going to offer a really substantial discount to the SCA members.
We'll have custom steak knives with the SCA logo on them, I heard, maybe?
Yeah.
And then there's different sets will be available.
The owner's so excited, or the U.S. Our contact here in America is so excited. In fact, he's here in Shreveport. He's coming to our class, and he's going to attend the Taste of Blanchard, his first SCA event.
Is there any chance he brought some Jägermeister?
Just checking. I thought you were going to say knives. Well,
no, just checking. I know he brought knives.
No and yes.
No and yes. All right. Well,
Cheerwine.
Cheerwine.
Yes,
yeah.
They are a big sponsor this year. They are the official soft drink of the SCA.
Justin West's favorite drink.
It's good stuff. Everyone got some in the championship this year. We put some bottles in the gift baskets, and they're out of the Carolinas. It's kind of like the Carolinas version of Dr. Pepper.
It's a Carolina cherry Dr. Pepper, and I'm sure they don't like that comparison. But
no, but I'm trying to
equate it to something in Texas. It's better. It's good. It's Not as carbonated, I don't think. I like it.
It's kind of fun. They sent some cases to us. So when you're at the SCA headquarters, we've got some cold ones in the fridge.
Come by, we'll give you one. All right, rules. We recently sent out some new rules updates, some basics.
Yeah.
I know rules. This is your favorite thing, rules, Kenny.
But necessary evil.
A couple rules were eliminated, and...
Well, let me talk about the first one.
All right.
Last year, if a team had to cancel and
for the last few
years, and they weren't able to make the event, but they forfeited their money to go to the charity or whatever, we gave them a point for that event. And what we inadvertently did was create a situation where if you wanted points, you could just pay the entry fee at a number of events and not go and buy points. And that
wasn't the spirit of the rule. The spirit was to get people to donate to a charitable cook-off.
Right. And so we had to remove the rule.
Just remove the rule.
Yeah. So you no longer will get a point unless you were there cooking in the event.
So if I show up to an event, I get a point for attending, though.
Yes.
Still correct,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So that didn't change. It's just the other part of it.
You can't... Right.
Perfect. All right. Clear as can be. All right. The other one was each team... The other rule that was eliminated was each team needs to cook on a separate fire source with the following exception. We don't even need to read the whole rule. It's gone.
Well, if I'm here to compete, I'm not going to give the sweet spot on my grill to somebody next to me. And there was a number of variations that we had to make anyhow. Some people had certain handicaps where they couldn't build their own fire.
Yeah.
A lot of times teams traveled in from a great distance. The NBBQA, we do a cooking on the round. And so we use communal grills to do it. So there was just so many exceptions. And it's like, if you have to share a grill, forgive me for saying take sloppy seconds, people are going to want to build their own grill. But there's a lot of circumstances where we do have to share a grill.
Well, there's space restrictions. There's the Big Green Egg Fest we're doing, for example.
Yeah, we can't take 40 big green eggs into a competition, but we can share the grill space. So we're going to give it a try this year and see what happens. But
I like it.
It feels right to us. Is it right is it fair? That's always our number one judging criteria. Is it an equitable, fair solution?
I think it's fair.
I think it's fair.
All right, the next one. This has been added to the rules for an appetizer or an appetizer with, in other words, an appetizer that features bacon or whatever, only one type.
And I've got the way to say that now because it didn't come to me. You can't put side items for your entree or your appetizer in the box. You're not sure which is this what I'm going to be judging or is it that? People would put...
It's not a people's choice.
It's a side item along with the appetizer. And so the judges are confused. Do I judge the side item or do I judge the other item or which one? So you can't have a side item that confuses the judges.
You can turn in bacon wrapped shrimp, but don't have a row of sausage down each side of the box because that's the judges that are asking which one do we judge.
How about if I turn in a surf and turf?
It's not a people's choice. It's supposed
do
to
I
be
do the surf or do I do the turf? Right.
One thing.
Yes. So,
and it wasn't confusing to the regular cookers, but when we're in new markets and they were used to doing people's choices, we started noticing a lot of it.
Yeah, like grilled cheese. People turned in a side of soup. Well, do you judge the soup or do you judge the grilled cheese?
Well, on grilled cheese, you're allowed to have a dipping sauce in it.
So perhaps the dipping sauce should be in a communal container.
And it was.
Okay, so... And judge the individual portion, then would fix that. But see why we hate rules?
I'm telling you. All right. Talking about judges, bring judges into this one.
Nope.
I'll do it. Registration has been moved to 90 days prior to the event. You can sign up for an event. But Brett, there's some events where people already signed up. They were on the calendar before we did this.
Long before. The reason why we did that was because judges were signing up for events for the whole entire year, and then they couldn't remember what they signed up for or not.
Yeah.
And it was difficult for them to log back in and see what they had signed up for.
But the website's much easier now.
Right. So we think it's fair where it's 90 days from the date of the event. We'll open it up to the judging.
Well, and a judge today I was talking to said that's great because he's not a keyboard cowboy. He's not sitting at the computer every single day. He can go in and notice it opens on this day, and he can set a reminder, and then he can come back on that day.
Gosh, in the olden days, we had to drag men off the street.
Now
we got people keyboard Nazing us to see when the events are going to open.
Yes.
What a change.
So I think it's a great change, and then we're just signing up X amount for the event, which will give us coverage for both categories.
Yep.
And when we get there, we're going to ask for volunteers to table captain.
And to either do appetizers or the steak.
And if there's not volunteers, then we'll just do the same as a steak selection. They pull chips. The first 10 are doing steak. The next 5 are doing apps. The next 5 are doing table captains. And just rotate it.
We want a fresh judge, not a full judge. And it's fair. So
it passed the fairness test.
And the judges so far have agreed with us. So.
Great feedback so far. I don't have the schedule, but there's some really neat new events coming up. What is it? Hilton Head. The Big Green Egg Fest in Hilton Head Island. That's kind of cool.
Sonny's in Florida.
Sonny's in Florida.
Sonny's does a big barbecue event that they've done for a number of years. And last year they kind of sort of let us in. But this year it's open registration. Yeah. And let me tell you, folks, this event is big time.
Great music.
Oh, my God. It's like getting in sort of to like almost a Memphis in May quality event. They're very... very well run, neat event. And so if you're planning a vacation for the first weekend in March, Sonny's in Florida is going to be by the way, I'm going to be there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's a great event. I was there last year. It was great. So that was a good one. We've got a couple more Big Green Egg Fest, one in Springfield, one up in Appleton, Wisconsin.
The National Barbecue Association. We're doing a double header this year. So it's open both Friday night or Saturday. And Friday night, if you want to compete, we're doing head-on the SCA guys against the barbecue guys.
The winner it's still a points event.
It's still a points event. And the winner gets paid.
Okay.
And qualifies for the championship. And gets a handmade heirloom hat made by Linda Orison.
What's this heirloom thing? You've said that twice today.
It's a family keepsake. You know that picture of your dad and grandpa hanging in your office?
Yeah.
That's an heirloom.
All right. Good example.
That's something that Austin, one day,
you'll want that.
Your grandchildren will have that picture.
I hope so.
So that's an heirloom.
All right. Good one. So that one's coming, but it is Friday night is not on the website yet because I just found out yesterday. I haven't added Fridays.
Right. Oh, yeah. This is hot off the press.
Yeah, this is. I mean, we had guys asking, why don't you post the
it just came up yesterday.
Possible schedule, and it's impossible. It changes daily.
Well, in previous years, when we first got invited to the National Barbecue Association, we wanted to go the steak guys against the barbecue guys, and so and it's during their conference, and so it was just kind of a continuation of how do we get the steak guys there, and so why not just overlap a SCA cook-off on top of the conference. So,
and it's a great organization to be part of.
Absolutely. If you have time in mid-March, it's in Fort Worth. It's the 15th, 14th through the 17th. And if you're in the industry where you're in catering or saucery or
you want to sell your rubs, you want to figure out how to do different things.
Look what it did for us.
I know.
The first conference we went to in San Marcos, Texas
was a jump start.
Our phone started ringing and hasn't stopped since. So if you're looking to grow your business, it's really just a think tank. It's a way to meet people, the famous Dave's Barbecue, Dave Anderson. You can sit at the table and say, gee, Dave, how do I start an empire? Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah, Dave Raymond.
Chris Lilly, Aaron Franklin. You just hang with them and have a beer and, they take pictures and, all of these people have just become friends over the last few years. So there's seminars every day of different things. And
we should offer a joint membership, something to MBBQA and SCA.
We're kicking that around to figure out how that might work. But
Okay.
If this is a vocation for you, I wouldn't miss it opportunity. So go to their website, and we'll put a link up on ours. Take them there.
We, meaning me?
You, yeah.
Okay.
That does all the work.
Yeah, right. All right. We talked about the championship. How about some national rankings? The North American national rankings. Here you go. You want to read these?
I have my reading glasses.
Wait. I'll read these. You read the Japan results. How's that?
No.
Oh, crap.
That's okay, because let's start with the...
start with number 8 on that.
The last one, 8th place. There's a 5-way tie for 8th place. There's a lot of ties in here, but Kuchiwada, I believe he's from Florida or Japan.
Kuchiwada?
Uchi.
He won the event in Japan. I don't know by the spelling of that name if that was a clue for you there, buddy.
It was a trick.
He won the one in Japan, so...
Yes, I was there.
Actually, we've got...
Well, all of these people won an event somewhere, so...
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, let's do this. I'll say their name and you say where they won it. How about Kenny Heath?
Kenny Heath?
Yep.
He won Possum Kingdom.
Yep.
Wonderland.
Robert Perkins won one somewhere.
I can't remember.
How about Shelley Jones?
Oh, wait a minute. Perkins,
yeah.
I don't know where he qualified.
Shelley Jones did it in Denton. I know that one.
I think she got points. I think Perkins is on points.
11. Okay, he didn't win one outright, but he was in that. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Poncho and Lefty.
Poncho and Lefty are on points.
Okay. Josh Carter, Florida.
Josh Carter won in Florida.
Okay. Jim Bowie.
He's on points in Florida.
Okay. Vic.
Points in Florida.
Veerbrickus.
He's got a second, I believe.
13 points.
Yeah, he's got a second in whatever it is.
Okay. Lee Thompson.
Lee Tomlinson won in Florida.
Okay. 16 points.
Yeah.
Casey Jones.
He's in Florida, very consistent. He hasn't won yet, but his time's coming.
James Lambert.
Yeah, Brett doesn't know. He must be Florida. Because Florida's...
Apologies, James. We're winging this at a hotel room. And then Dana Hillis.
Dana won in Florida.
And some other points. He's got 20.
Yeah, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, too. Wonderful guy.
Well, they all are. That's really exciting.
Big Papa's Country Kitchen. Great guys on that list. So this is the beginning. Last year, winner had, 207? Sorry, Dan Judd. 207, I believe.
Yeah.
Points champions.
The 200 club.
Yeah, him and Johnny are the only ones to ever pass 200.
Wow.
So
that's going to be an exciting year, and just more people. You know, at the end of the year on my Facebook, it said, you made 932 new friends this year. That's incredible.
I made 3.
Yeah, I know. You already maxed out your account, so.
I got a lot of new followers anyway.
Wow. It's quite amazing, and, I said that earlier.
It is. The SCA World Championship, we haven't really read the results. I do have the top 10 here, plus the top 10 in Porkline.
Okay.
Which Porkline was kind of cool. Smithfield sponsored that.
Yes.
Gave each team...
Taylor Davis donated all those beautiful pork loins. They were great. And so Brian Lewis was in 10th place. Mm-hmm. Tim Canterbury, Poncho and Lefty, Brian Huss, 6th place, Kenny Meeks. Cody Allenbar was in 5th place. Jason Mazanik was in 4th. Mazanik. We'll have to learn how to say his name one day.
Shelley knows. I don't know.
We just call him Jason.
Yeah, he's Jason to me.
Him and his dad, good people.
Yep.
3rd place, Mark Williams. 2nd place, of course, the Germans. Peter Ammonsworth.
Peter, that was great to see, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The crowd went nuts.
Yes.
And you remember, I heard people talking about it. He cooked his pork loin 3 ways.
Okay.
He smoked it, and then he breaded it in panko.
Okay.
No, he smoked it, he grilled it, and then he fried it. Breaded it in panko and fried it.
It's called schnitzel, Brett.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, well, Germans are all over that schnitzel.
Well,
that's what it is.
Yes. Awesome.
I didn't realize that's what he made.
Yeah.
What did Emily do? She got first.
She just kicked tail. She won.
Just grilled it, I suppose?
I don't know. But she won it, the whole dang thing.
Yeah. So congratulations, Emily.
She did awesome.
Canterbury's were here again. John got 10th place in steak. And then Brian Bisak, 9th place. Mm-hmm. Poncho and Lefty, again.
8th place. And that's after last year winning it. Comes back and gets another top 10. To me, that
hasn't happened before.
No, that's impressive to get 2 back-to-back in the top 10.
Who won the previous year?
Previous year of the championship?
Uh-huh.
Poncho and Lefty.
Okay, I meant the previous to that one.
That was our buddy.
Yes, Darian
Cosmos.
Yeah, so we got to remember those names. Justin West was in 7th place. Brent Clark, 6th place. Brian Rapolo. His year was not there, but man, when it comes to a closer.
Oh, man, he just shows up. He cooked on a new pit barrel cooker. The guy cooks on a different cooker.
That guy's a saint.
He's just a great cooker.
He did all those OBR events, in the floods. I mean, he spent most of his year doing that. So, Congratulations, Brian. The Vanilla Gorilla, Shannon Ernst, got 4th place.
Big, white, and hairy.
No wonder they miss us. 3rd place was Brett Merriman.
Yep.
And these guys are all in the Memphis area, right?
I think he's out of Kansas.
Sorry, Brett.
There's a bunch of Kansas guys that made it in the top 10.
Okay, it's the top 2. Jimmy Parsons.
He's Memphis
area. Yep. And then the guy, I'll never forget when we called out his number. We just heard this, just scream. He probably wasn't able to talk for days after that.
No, he was happy. I love seeing him celebrate.
Oh, my God.
It was great. Andy, where did he qualify? MBPQA, do you remember that?
He qualified a couple times, but his first was the Silver Hat Challenge, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
He actually had the hat on.
He had the hat. Yeah, pictures. If you guys were wondering where the goofy hat came from, that was the heirloom hat I was referring to. She's going to stitch an SCA logo on there for him.
Is she really?
Yeah. Well, it's folk art, too, by the way.
Here is the first 2 events of the year were in Florida.
Okay.
And this will clear up some of it. Dana Hillis had a 1st place.
That was the day of the championship.
Actually, that was the Orange Blossom Review, yes. They rescheduled this thing. It had been rescheduled twice.
Uh-huh.
And they held it the day of the championship. And so guys had to make a decision. Lee Thompson was actually qualified for the championship. Are you going to make a drink? Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so Lee Thompson was supposed to be at the championship. Anyway, Josh Carter won that event. Jimbo got 2nd. Casey Jones got 3rd. James Lambert out of Florida got 4th. My buddy John Pendry got 5th. Jimmy Ragland got 6th. Hey, he beat his girlfriend. 7th place was Bracken Smith. 8th was our buddy Lee Thompson. My chopped co-part. 9th place was Vic Verbicus. 10th place was Dennis Johnson. And then David's event. David Haskett always runs a great event. I was down there for that one. Dana Hillis won that event. Went out afterwards and ate some great chicken wings, but that man can cook. He actually got 4th in wings. 2nd place was Jim Haskett. Jim has been steadily moving up as well. He just got him. He won a PK 360, and he put it to use. Got 2nd place. Casey Jones got another 3rd place there. Jack Fallon got 4th place. James Lambert with 5th. Dan Wagner was 6th. Lauren Ragland beat old Jimmy.
In the family.
Yeah, she got a 7th place. I want to say that was her first SCA actual cook-off. So that was really cool. Gene Skillen's a great cook. He got 8th. Michael McKenzie and his dog Spuds got 9th. And 10th place was Jeff Henley. And I think his team's called Fat Boys Barbecue, if I remember right. I can remember most of these. Why don't you cover Denton, Texas, because that was a big one. That was the night before PK.
Yeah.
Winter Wonderland.
I was kind of nervous about
the
doubling that up. But it worked well. He had like 64 teams there.
Wow.
That's a biggie.
And it paid very well.
Yeah, he threw some extra money at that one. So Scott Lidley got 10th place.
Good job, Scott.
Yes, Troy King, a new guy, I believe.
Troy King?
Yeah.
Troy King is out of West Texas?
Yeah.
East Texas, sorry.
9th place.
Nice.
Shannon Ernst in 8th place. John Sanford in 7th.
Is that a Granbury?
Greg Evans. He lives out in
Isn't he Little Elm or something like that?
out there. His family does the Dennards.
Yeah.
John Villanova.
He did well. I think he's a West Texas guy, actually.
John Sloan got 4th place.
Oklahoma.
Marcus Lopez, 3rd place.
Keller, I think.
Okay.
Or Euless, one or the other.
Robert Perkins.
Robert Perkins, one of the I Like the Bottom boys.
And Shelley Jones.
Shelley Jones, yeah. She's out of Frisco.
Yep. She hits pretty high every once in a while. Wow.
Yeah, she didn't cook a whole lot last year, but the year before she got second in the championship last 2 years ago.
And it was a good kids one. Carslin Johnson was in 10th place.
Nice.
Kelly Pollock, the little redhead,
Yep.
9th place. Garrett Evans, I believe he's Greg's child.
Yeah.
And Jacob Allenbar, Cody's son.
Cody's boy.
And Isabel. No, let's see. Isabel Escobedo. Rollins, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Jaden Bocanegra. Let's see.
Bocanegra?
Yeah. Did you hear Brett say that? Wow. Addison Johnson.
I don't know her.
Samantha Bird.
Mark Bird's
Yep,
son.
Mark and
Dirty
Vivian's
Bird's
daughter.
kids.
Yes. Sydney Escobedo. So both Poncho and Lefty, I think those are Ponchos.
Yeah,
or lefties.
Those are Poncho's children. Yeah.
Righty, lefty. And
They're rolling, son.
Moreno.
Who won first?
Jevin. Jeven. Moreno. First place.
Okay, great.
So I'm really excited about doing more kid events.
I think I want to say there were 17 kids in that one.
That's great.
It was a great event. So then the next day, a lot of those teams hauled up to Graham for the Winter Wonderland Steak Cookoff.
Yeah.
And I know this is fuzzy, so I'm going to remind you, we did a spam competition there again.
Oh, yeah.
And the judges that judged that said it was as good as any ancillary we've done. Like
it was top notch. I saw some of them because I was helping manage and judging, but very clever presentations, from egg rolls to sushi to old fashioned just fried spam to it was all over the creativity was off the chart.
Yep, and Anthony Hernandez won that.
What did he make? Do you remember?
Spam? I don't remember, honestly.
Spam.
I don't remember. I
Okay,
didn't
that's
ask
all right.
him. Shane Gordon got second, and I did hear because he said he made a spam slider.
Those were good.
Were
I
they?
got one, yeah.
David Hanks got third. Donna DeGolier got fourth, and Ernest Ramirez got fifth.
Okay.
And
Good
Donna,
work.
I think I want to say she got third or
Donna
fifth.
does pretty well, yeah.
At the World Food Championship
Yep.
in Sandwich.
Yeah.
She represented
good
well.
cooks.
Absolutely. And in steak, 10th place was Eric Hollis. 9th place, 2017 SCA Points Champions Dan Judd and his little buddy Goose.
Yep.
Use that term loosely, little buddy. 8th place, I love those guys. 8th place, Ernest Ramirez.
Yep.
He actually qualified for the championship, but his house was flooded and couldn't make it to the championship. So this is his first.
We're glad he's back.
He proved he
that
should have
takes
been
some
back.
grit.
Yeah.
It was awful, that flooding in Houston.
Yeah, it was crazy. 7th was Jeff Tibbetts out of West Texas Motorsports. 6th place was Robbie Staggs out of Lubbock, I believe.
That was a good group of people out there this year.
It was a great mix of people. Everyone was. 5th place was David Tristan from Houston. He's another guy that celebrates when he wins. He gets a call and you hear it. I love it. 4th place was Brenda's Weifel.
Yes, they're from Oklahoma. They're the ones that bring the chuck wagon.
Yeah, they
set all that out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they set up right next to Dan, and I'm sure
Leslie can't wait to bring a horse one day and drive their chuck wagon around the parking lot.
3rd place was Ismael. Oh man, Enos, I guess. It's not Hinojosa. I'm not sure, but anyway.
Spanish is way better than my South Dakota version.
They're out of, I want to say they're out of West Texas area as well. 2nd place, Poncho and Lefty. They got 2nd, and then 1st place is Kenny Heath, Lake Whitney Meat Company.
Lake Whitney Meat Company.
Do you remember hanging with them in Tulsa?
Gosh,
years ago.
Vaguely. Remember, because they were like the star of the TV show on the Food Network that was the first.
That was a show that got me into Steak Cookoffs.
Yeah.
And they won that thing. And then he comes up there, and he had his buddy, I swear.
Oh, yeah, tell that story. It's funny.
His buddy must have been, I thought he was Jeff Foxworthy or Larry the Cable Guy.
Yes,
just like him.
Yes.
I mean, he had his...
But he wasn't trying to. He spoke that way natural.
Just had us rolling the whole
my
time.
God, that was funny.
And then we ended up winning the thing, and he got DAL. And it was a nonstop laugh fest. They were hilarious.
Yeah, they were. That was fun.
It was just an anomaly. The guy's a great cook.
God, back in those days, there were only 3 or 4 events.
Yeah.
You did Tulsa, you did Heiko, and...
did Tulsa, Heiko, Magnolia was there.
And then the people out in Decatur.
Decatur
and
had their
Crockett.
little one. Crockett was the one we won. We had quite a few that... There was 9 in the country. Period.
Yeah, that was it.
But it's really going.
Yes, and...
a couple more this year.
I think we'll have... What do you think, 160?
I think there'll be about 160.
Just incredible.
Plus classes, I mean...
It's just all the new friends I've made. Just
all over. It's amazing.
I've met some of the best people, and we continue to do that and involve the families, and they're fun events, and we've raised a lot of money for charity.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of the money we've raised for Operation Barbecue Relief. We've raised money for cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, Friends with Cancer.
Other cooks, other families.
Yes, it's just incredible.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great charitable stuff come out of things. So, last event I was going to cover is Japan. You want to take a stab at these boys?
Sure.
Here you go. I definitely don't know how to say those. Just go at it strong, Ken.
Yeah.
Go strong.
I'm just going to say their first name. 10th place, Okamoto. Satoke. Makato Osuko was in 9th place. Yoshi Mori was in 8th place.
Yoshi,
yes. Naoya Yukon.
You're doing pretty good.
Thank you. I'm sure they're listening.
They might be.
Shihiro Mace was in 6th place. Hitachi Shinseno was in I'm saying points.
Come on.
5th place, okay.
Okay.
Rio?
Yeah. He's going to actually be a promoter of an event over there.
Nagomi. Nogomi. I think Nagomi. Yep. I can't read the handwriting there.
Just go
Kichi?
Kichi.
Kichi? Ketji?
Ketchi? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure it's not, but...
Another Yoshi.
It's popular.
Yuragama. And... It sounds like... I want to say Sushiwada. Souishi. So...
Okay,
Sushi.
we'll just call him Sushi.
Sushi. We came up with nicknames. I got to say that.
Yeah.
The folks, the communication was a little off. So, there was Samurai and some
Samurai.
He had a man bun. He looked good in a man bun.
He had a man bun and just kind of looked like a dang samurai.
A young guy. Everything. He's a yeah.
Hey, would you like a drink?
Yeah. Everything we said.
Did you cook steak today? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
where's the bathroom? Yeah.
So Sushi, he actually he's been investigating online, and he saw grill grates, and he's a welder for a living, and so he cut little strips of steel and made his own set of not stainless steel, cast iron.
Yeah.
Iron.
Well,
steel. I guess it would be steel. He welded it together, drilled the air holes, and it made a homemade version of grill grates and won it.
Golly.
It was so cool.
All I know is when we did that class...
Tears are international. Just the joy that it brought to see everybody, the prizes that they won. And They were so happy for each other.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the awards were great. Great awards.
And
bowing at each other. And
yes, they were so respectful of each other. And, after the event, they came up and asked to get their pictures taken.
That got awkward, man.
They lined up, and the people that were waiting in line took pictures for the, folks in line. And,
it's about 20 pictures with different people.
At least they all came up and took pictures with us. And
I got a picture of you signing a Jack Daniels bottle. Remember we were autographing wine bottles?
Yeah.
It was funny.
Just the neatest experience of
my
life.
Great.
And, if you're listening to this, consider going to an international event. You will have the time of your life. You'll be treated like a rock star going over there.
Yeah.
And if you need tools and, they just share,
Yeah.
It's food is the international language. And I think the world would be a better place if more people got out there and cooked with their friends and neighbors.
Well, that's what grilling is. To me.
Yeah. It's
that's
a
how
family
we got
event.
started. It was me, you, and Ward getting out and cooking together.
Yeah.
And then we did that first event, and we were hooked, or I was hooked. I dragged you along.
Everyone has different skills, What you do, you're the cook. I'm the driver, the instigator, the mayor, and
this problem solver.
Just what makes the world go round. So it's going to be an exciting year. We're going to bring in more sponsors. We're going to trick up some events to make them more fun. We're going to make sure the rules are damn fair and that it's blind judging. And
follow the fair test.
I, can go to bed at night knowing that, everyone had a fair shot and it was fair, and we mean it from the bottom of our heart. So
there's double events coming up. There's a triple event. I mean, there's just some.
The organizers are empowered now. Boy,
it's going to be a blast.
It's going to be quite a year. So we apologize for our break in the shows. We needed some time to reset and retest, and
we thought we'd have time, and it
hasn't
it's great
happened.
That we haven't. So it's good.
We're going to commit to this every week. So we appreciate you listening, and we look forward to seeing you in an event sometime soon.
Hopefully we'll may be able to do some live stuff tonight, but until next week for sure, we will see you then.
May the force be with you.
Keep the grills hot and the drinks cold.